The kind of night football was made for, and we've got it on the tee and ready to go. Kevin Miller to kick. Deep is Dunn for the Rebels. Dunn wears the number 2 jersey, stands in the center on about his own 3-yard line. Here's Kevin moving on the ball. It'll be Dunn at about the 7-yard line. Still on his feet, moving to about the 30-yard line. So a good return, and the Patriots with good field position as they started off.
Barry, there's no wind to speak of tonight, and Kevin kicked that ball extra high. It was a little shorter than he normally kicks it, but it was extra high and a chance to get our guys downfield and to cover that kick.
All right, a 21-yard return. The Rebels in business just shy of their own 30-yard line. Just underway here at Waldrop Stadium. If you're just joining us, it's an over-the-mountain barn burner, 6A versus 5A, Rebels versus Patriots. Covet is the quarterback. He rolls left, looks, fires, way overthrown and out of bounds. The intended receiver looked like it might have been number 30. Maybe it was 20, Quasim Sheik.
Barry, that was good pressure that time by Anthony Webby. He blew through there and knocked the quarterback for Vestavia on the ground.
A little bit of that goes a long way, and it's a young night. Quarterbacks get tired of getting knocked on the ground after a while. Now this time, Sheik comes wide to the right. Backs are in the eye. 2 is Dunn in the tailback slot. And the give is to Dunn off left tackle. He tries the left end of the line. Hello. Who was that met him head on at the line of scrimmage there? Walburn? Looked like Henry Walburn, the senior's strong side linebacker, I believe. There is a penalty flag on the play. See if we get a call.
Oh, me. Dead ball personal foul is what Cap Brown is signaling to us against Homewood. I didn't see what happened, but it doesn't look good. Must have been a late hit, I guess.
Coach Gann wanted to walk out and find out what that was about. It is a dead ball foul, a personal foul against the Patriots. Well, with the mark off, that puts Vestavia at our 47 with 1st and 10 and excellent field position. Here's the snap to Dunn in that tailback position, takes the shotgun snap, and he works his way around the left side, still on his feet and moving down to about the Patriot 43-yard line.
Barry, that is a big, tough, strong runner. He's a senior. The whole backfield are seniors, and he showed his determination there.
Give him a gain of about 11. Looks like maybe right at 10, but plenty for the first down. Line of scrimmage now is our 43, 1st and 10. Clock moves with 10:58 remaining in the first period. Covet checking off at the line. Here's a give to the fullback, the first man through, and that's number 23. Looks like Keith Deason. Walburn with another tackle.
Barry, looked like Eugene Sharp in on another tackle, helping out on that thing. I want to point out early, number 87, the tight end for Vestavia, looks like he stands 4 or 5 inches or more than that over everybody else. He is a tall fella.
All right, Deason the fullback. Dunn is the tailback. Covet the quarterback, and he rolls left. He looks to throw. Long pass, way overthrown. Michael Andrzejewski was defending. Looked like Sheik was back there down around the 5-yard line, but the pass way overthrown by Covet, the quarterback.
Barry, again, as Covet released that ball, Kip Cowan was there to greet him to Homewood and smacked him right onto the ground. Another good hit and fairly good rush there.
Cowan starts at an offensive guard position. A lot of the guys playing both ways again tonight, as they have all season long. We'll try to set that defensive starting lineup for you as we have an opportunity to.
Barry, it looks like we've got a Vestavia timeout. They're having trouble figuring out what play to call, so timeout.
Vestavia with the timeout gives us an opportunity to give you that starting defensive lineup for the Patriots. 51 is Anthony Webby at a defensive end position. On the other end of the line is 54 Paul Owen. The down tackles are 57 Michael Coggin, and 75, looks like 76 maybe, John Whidden. By the way, I looked at Shane Davis's name and realized he's still out, but I talked to Shane just before the game. He will practice next week. He is not out for the season as I had thought he might be. It looks like he'll be back in action for the game next Friday night, and that's certainly good news. At inside linebackers are Cowan, number 66, and Brian Narrow, the sophomore, number 31. Rovers are 28, Eugene Sharp, and 2, Henry Walburn. The corners are Martell Smith, number 22, and Curtis Starks. Sometimes you'll see Eugene Pope in that position. At a corner, and the free safety is Michael Andrew Jeske. Dunn is the ball carrier, way on the left side and run out of bounds finally. I saw Whidden over there and among others.
Barry, Vestavia, like Shades Valley, likes to run the ends more than up the middle, and especially with Dunn carrying the ball. And I'm sure after last week's game, they're going to continue to test our ends.
They show 4th and inches on the far sidelines. This will be an early test for the Patriot defense. Vestavia will go for it. We don't know. I don't know much about their kicking game, what kind of kicker they have. Motion to the near side. Here's the give to Dunn. Looks like he's got the first down and a couple of yards to spare. Fighting his way down to about the 31-yard line. The stop made by Curtis Starks for the Patriots.
Barry, at that time, Vestavia in 4th and short yardage, they took out 2 of their smaller wide receivers, and they had a double tight end situation there to get blocking all along that line. And the determined running of Dunn paid off because he was hit about on the line of scrimmage or behind it, but he bulled forward for the extra yardage.
On the line of scrimmage now, just shy of the Patriot 30. Vestavia moving now with 1st and 10 after that break, the penalty early in the game, the personal foul penalty. Here's Covette, wants to throw, throws underthrown, but the receiver comes back to get it. That's number 10, Tate Gailey. And Gailey wisely just stepped back, realizing the ball was underthrown dramatically, and made a big catch down to about the 17-yard line.
Barry, there's a good look of sophomore inside linebacker number 31, Brian Narrow, for us, and he again decked the quarterback right as he threw the ball. If that guy will just pump one time, we can hit him and maybe even cause a fumble back there. We're getting a fairly good rush.
The 4th first down for the Vestavia Rebels as they drive deep into Homewood Patriot territory. Here's the give to Dunn. He stutters at the line of scrimmage, met head on by a host of Patriot tacklers, but he'll cross the 15 and get down to about the 13.
Barry, they run in behind big number 60, Jared Sinclair, who is a terrific guard for them. And Barry, whether you know it or not, he can bench press over 400 pounds. And like I said, has some big schools interested in him.
You mentioned earlier he's being fairly heavily recruited. He is a senior?
I believe that's correct, Barry.
We'll check it out right quickly for you.
They got him listed, it looked like, as a senior.
As a senior. 2nd and about 6, a long 6 perhaps. Covette is the quarterback. He takes, gives to the first man through. The fullback is Deason. He kept. I missed it too. Keeper around the left side.
He was barely tripped up by Martell Smith, right on his shoes.
Give Deason a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards. I'm sorry, give Covette a gain of about 3 on the keeper around left end. That brings up 3rd and 4.
Big play here. If we can stop them here, they'll have to go to their field goal unit, I would think.
Whistle blows, time is called. Vestavia, and that I believe is their 2nd timeout. We're still early in the first quarter, 7:58 remaining in the first period.
Barry, they realize this is a critical down too, and they want to get what they want here. It's going to be an interesting call by them. 3rd and 4.
With a timeout, why don't we take timeout as well and let you hear a commercial message from one of the people who sponsor these Homewood Patriot rebroadcasts.
South Trust Bank is pleased to support Homewood High School athletics and wishes the Patriot football team a winning season. Whether it's community service or quality service at one of our convenient offices, South Trust Bank is working harder for you.
Homewood debates its defense. Vestavia debating its offense. They are at the 9th play of this drive so far. It's 3rd down and about 4 from the way we mark it here. Good shot of the Homewood Patriot Marching Band. You'll see a lot more of those folks at our halftime tonight. We encourage you to stay with us and hope that you'll do that. Here's 3rd and 4 for the Rebels. Big hit at the line.
The fullback.
Maybe a yard gained.
Barry, I'm really surprised with the strong outside running attack that they have, 3rd and 4 or even 4.5 or 5. I was looking for either a pass or an outside run. Maybe it was a good call to try inside, but it didn't work for them that time. That was good defense by the middle of our line.
That was Deason, the big fullback. Looks like they will go.
They are going.
4th and 3.
Quick call, Barry. Here they come. Flag on the play. That's got to be them. That's going to be illegal procedure on Vestavia.
Big tackle at the goal line. There is a flag that sits at the 9. I'm concerned that I see Paul Owen limping back to the Patriot huddle.
That's got to be Vestavia. Got to be. They were too quick. All their men didn't get down and get set in time. They weren't down for a full second.
Here's the replay. Watch it with us.
Right.
Motion is the call as we're back to live action. And the 5-yard walk-off against Vestavia now then will bring up 4th and, if my records are correct, about 9. And they will have to, maybe 8. They will have to try a field goal. The place kicker for the Rebels is number 20. Sheik. He's the wide receiver. Looks like the holder may be 12, Anderson. The kick is in the air, on its way, and the kick is good. A 30-yard field goal at 7:13 remaining in the first quarter puts Vestavia out in front 3-0. But there must be some positive to be said about that. Homewood bowed its back and stopped the Patriots. And that combining with the unfortunate timing of their penalty, we get away with only 3.
Barry, I think we sent them a good message there on 3rd down. They could think they can go up the middle, and they found out real quick they're not going up the middle on the Homewood defense. So that was encouraging right there.
We'll have to see if we can get a little bit more word about Paul Owen, who now sits on the bench and is being attended to by trainer Coach Greg Pendley. He's just favoring that, looks like maybe that ankle just a little bit. He has his right shoe off. Okay, number 27 for Vestavia, Kyle Callahan. Cahalan is set to move on the ball. Deep for the Patriots, 22, Martell Smith. Oh, a short kick. Penalty flag thrown probably because the kick went out of bounds.
Thank goodness it went out of bounds, too. That caught a bunch of us off guard, including me, Barry.
All right, now we have the option of taking it where it went out of bounds. Looks like that's what we're going to do. Getting a word from the sideline here that Paul Owen is okay. They are taping his right ankle, but he'll be back in action very, very shortly. Just a little bit of a strain. By the way, Vestavia on that last scoring drive, 4 minutes and 47 seconds off the clock, Larry. A lot of time off the clock. A 13-play drive, but again, they come up a little bit short with only 3 from the field goal. We've got some kind of delay.
I can't see the referee. I don't know why. Surely it's not a water break. It's too cool. Hopefully they've canned that now. The referees are wearing longer pants and not their shorts now. So here comes Cap Brown. Let's see what he says.
Illegal procedure is the call against Vestavia. That on the kickoff, correct? Homewood with the ball. The line of scrimmage, our own 35. So we've got good field position, and we'll move 1st and 10 from here as the clock moves to with 7:13 remaining. First play from scrimmage for the offense has Martell Smith off left tackle. The ball squirts loose.
No, the ball's down, Barry. The referee signaled the ball down.
They called it down.
We got a good wrestling match going on, though.
Yeah, I think, who was that fell on that? It may have been Martell himself who came up from the bottom of that pile.
Jason Zarzar went into a wrestling match, and Jason Zarzar came out with the ball, Barry.
Okay, a first down. The line of scrimmage now, the 45-yard line. We'll take it 10 yards at a time.
Barry, they went right at that big, strong, their tough top defensive lineman for Vestavia went right at him, and what a huge hole. A great job by the line on the first play.
Well, they've called timeout here. That's why nobody's moving down there. They want to take a closer look at that.
It's second and an inch.
They're calling now second and an inch for the Patriots. So here is the second down call. It's Moulton up in the air over left tackle, and plenty of room for the first down as they get close to midfield.
Barry, again, they're running off our left guard, which I don't mind saying Kip Cowan's one of the better players in the Homewood squad. Or that's Jacob Pugh in there. Big little Jacob Pugh, sophomore, 180, going against a 240, 245 Sinclair senior, and we're winning right now.
All right, a first and 10 then at the Patriots 47. Here's Whitten on the pitch back to Moulton, playing in the tailback slot now with Martell Smith out front blocking, and Eric penetrates the 50-yard line just barely. Looked like the tackle made by number 40. We're going to call it 44, David Gordon. Looked like 48 from here. All right, second down then, Larry, and about maybe 8. Hazelton comes wide to the left, way off the line in the flanker position. It's Lias in the game at the wide receiver on the right side, but the give is straight up the middle to Eric Moulton again.
There's a draw play, Barry. Michael went back showing the pass, and then that deep draw, and it looked good there.
Looks real good. Wanted to note that Reggie Lias is now lined up in the split end position. He and Scott Hazelton will be in and out all night probably. But Reggie with a touchdown pass last week, a reception against Shades Valley.
Very cold as it is here tonight and everything, we've got a water break timeout.
Well, they have called a timeout for a water break, and we're going to call a timeout for a commercial break with that opportunity, and we'll let you hear from some of the folks who sponsor these Homewood Patriot football game rebroadcasts. We'll be back after this. Hope you'll stay with us.
Thinking of buying or selling a home? Wondering what a realtor can do for you? Think VIP Realty, the oldest active residential real estate company in Homewood. Since we've served the Homewood, Birmingham area for 2 decades, we have the experience to provide you with complete guidance on the sale or purchase of a home. Plus, we're quick to respond from our centrally located Homewood office. And we give all our clients the VIP treatment. So what can a realtor do for you? A lot, especially if it's VIP Realty in Homewood.
Back on live action here at Waldrop Stadium, a couple of quick stats for you. Vestavia has rushed the ball 4 times for 21 yards, but put that up against Eric Moulton, who has rushed the ball 4 times for 18 yards, one with a big scamper right up the middle, and they're almost even. Good-looking shot there of the Homewood Patriot cheerleaders. We're going to give you their names and let you take a good look at them in the break between the first and second quarter, where they've got something special planned for us. Quite a crew, quite a crew of acrobats and spirited cheerleaders. They do a super job for us. Third down now, about 5, as Whitten gives to the first man through. It's Moulton again, and he fights his way down to about the 42-yard line. It looks like he may have it.
Barry, 4 or 5 of those yards were all Eric Moulton. He was hit about on the line of scrimmage, and Eric really bulled those fellas forward.
They're going to call it 4th and maybe, a foot? We'll measure. Time is out to measure the game. Good time to tell you who those cheerleaders are. We'll talk to the guys in the broadcast truck and see if we can get a shot of the cheerleaders again and our mascot. And we'll tell you that the cheerleaders this year are Melissa Boren, Keisha Cole, Laura Ann Daniel, Carmen Greer, Jennifer Harris, Susan Holberg, Allison Jones, Casey Kirby, Ashley Legg, another Ashley Litton, Arlene Moniz, and Laura Wunderlich. And I believe that the Patriot mascot is this year being ably performed by Matt Webby. Fourth and inches, as you watch the measurement there, maybe as much as a foot. And Homewood goes for it. First big test of the offense tonight.
Oh, great.
Everybody points at everybody else.
Oh, that's the defense there. I didn't see our man move. I'm prejudiced, but I didn't see him move.
Vestavia looks to be a little bit upset about that.
Barry, I was fixing to say we're going to jump our count back a notch or two.
Yeah.
There we go, Vestavia.
Offsides against the Rebels. You hear the Homewood partisans respond. That's a good way to get a first down.
Barry, you got to credit our coaching staff. I know they told somebody, Michael or somebody, said back that count up. Don't go on the first count, go on the third or fourth. And this big fella was coming. Great call. That took the pressure off.
Great call. Took a lot of pressure off. We've got the line of scrimmage now at about the 37-yard line. Here's Lias wide to the left side.
Here we go again, Barry.
We'll just take it in 5-yard increments and go on down and score.
Hey, we're not above taking help anywhere we can get it.
I believe it was number 43 for Vestavia that time, Kamnick.
They are wired up, Barry. They're just a little over-eager.
Offsides again, the call against Vestavia.
You want to know how to slow down a quick team, let them jump off sides a few times. They will be a lot slower getting off that ball this time.
There you go. That's coaching. Clock starts again, 5:07, and it moves down in the first quarter. Now the quick snap by Homewood, and Moulton right off the left side. Big hit at the 23-yard line. It didn't stop him. He went forward for another 2 or 3 yards.
Barry, I've got to say, the last two guys that jumped off sides were both on this side. Then we hit that side, and they haven't moved yet, and the big hole's there. They weren't quick enough and got blown off.
It's a mental game as well as a physical game. Victor Watley, the tackler that time for Vestavia, he knows about Eric Moulton. I promise you that. Moulton's running in the fullback slot. Martell Smith in the tailback slot. Got Lias split wide to the right. Hazelton the flanker to the left. Here's the call from Michael Whitten. It's the pitch to Martell. Martell's hit in the backfield, though. He'll be dropped at about the 25-yard line.
To their horses in our backfield then. Number 23 is that Deason
That's
fellow.
Deason.
That's the fullback. And number 60 is Jared Sinclair. And you can see why everybody's after him. He's a big, strong, tough football player.
Deason will play both ways most of the night. Sinclair only on defense, I believe.
No, Sinclair plays both ways.
Does
too,
he?
Barry.
Does he
Yes,
play
sir.
both ways?
They're not going to take him out unless he's so tired he can't see.
Well, it's interesting. They did not give us his name as they gave us the offensive lineup. Michael Whitten's pass way overthrown. His intended receiver was Michael Andrzejewski, number 7, who trots back to the huddle.
He was double covered over there, but pretty good coverage by their number 21, Chris Pryor, who's a senior cornerback and is a good ball player too, Barry.
That brings up a critical third down, one that you'd think would be a passing third down, third and about 12. Here's the call. 22, Martell Smith at the tailback slot, crosses the 20-yard line down to about the 17. He'll come up shy of the first down, though. We see Joel Maxwell coming into the game and Kevin Miller, and that means we'll try a field goal.
Barry, he centered the ball in the middle of the field for Kevin there, too.
Yeah, it sits right in the center in between the hash marks. The kicking tee will be down at the 24-yard line. So a 34-yard attempt. 33, I guess, officially. Here's the snap, a good snap. The kick is up. No good. You know, the officials looked at each other for a second and sort of consulted by sight before.
You do that when you're under the goalpost. You do that to each other.
I
so
guess
one
you
of
do.
you don't come out and say good, and the other one say bad or something.
Did it look like it went left?
Yeah, I think it went a little left. It must have.
Just a few inches to the left. So Vestavia will take over on their own 20-yard line, and we'll get it back. We'll get it back going as you look at Jason Zarzer on the sidelines, waiting for his next offensive opportunity. Jason's our starting center.
And a great one, too, Barry.
Absolutely a great one. Had a strong game against Mountain Brook. Here's Covette, the quarterback. The first man through is Deason. Deason takes it up to about the 26-yard line. Deason can't be 6 feet tall, but he packs a powerful wallop.
Look like Curtis Starks and Paul Owen in on a tackle there.
Good to see Paul back in the game. Curtis, of course, playing in that left corner position in the defensive secondary with Andrzejewski and Smith. About 2nd and 4 now. As the flanker goes in motion to the right, they give again to Deason. Deason out across the 30 to maybe the 32.
Very look like our sophomore inside linebacker there, number 31, Brian Narrow, and assisted again maybe by Eugene Sharp.
Good tackling by the linebackers, but Deason continuing to grind out yardage. Deason now with 4 rushing attempts for 18 yards himself. 21 yards on the part of Nathan Dunn. Covette has rushed for 3. Vestavia mounting up the ground yardage here.
We got an equipment timeout by the referee here. One of the Vestavia players having trouble with their helmet. They'll give him 30 seconds to fix that, and either he gets out or they charge him.
Vestavia already charged with 2 timeouts. The clock now starting. That means Vestavia only has 1 timeout remaining in the half. Here's 1st and 10 for the Rebels from their own 31.
Oh.
Big tackle in the backfield. Kip Cowan.
Barry, that was super play. That's what you expect out of Kip Cowan, and he's done that many times and continues to do it. What
he
a
is
great
consistently penetrating that offensive line of Vestavia. Look at it again.
Barry, only a junior, but he plays like a senior already.
A big play for the Patriots. Give that a loss of maybe 3. So 2nd and 13 then, the down and distance as Vestavia moves from now its own 29. Flankers left. The give, however, to Deason. First man through. Deason finds his way to the 34. Where he stopped by a host of tacklers. The last one up I saw was Walburn, Henry Walburn.
I think Eugene Sharp knocked his feet right out from under him.
A gain that time of maybe 7. Brings up 3rd and 7 after the loss of the run before. 1:18 remaining in this quarter. Now the defense sets. They scramble just a little. Dunn in the quarterback position, running left in.
Oh, big hit.
A big hit at about the 38-yard line, maybe the 37. But well shy of the first down. First down yardage would be across the 40 at about the 41 or 2, Larry.
Very 145-pound Curtis Starks hit like a freight train on that play right there. That was a nice hit by Curtis Starks. That
again is the offensive set that they show with Dunn in the quarterback position. They do that a good bit. Here Vestavia in punting formation. Deep are Martell Smith and Michael Andrzejewski. Andrzejewski on our side of the field, Martell on the far side of the field. Punt is away, and it's a good punt. It'll come down. Martell fair catches, fumbles, and falls on it. He signaled fair catch and caught it on the fingertips, but wisely fell on it. So Homewood with no harm done and reasonably good field position at the 26-yard line.
Barry, that was an excellent punt by Jamie Spigner, the Vestavia punter. He hung that ball way up there, forcing us to make a fair catch, and then when he mishandled it just a little bit, they were right there to try to jump on it.
Only 52 seconds remaining in this quarter. The clock running now. Homewood will try to get something going as they move from their own 26-yard line. Backs in the pro set. Give to, looks like Moulton. Straight up the middle off left tackle.
It sure is good to get our workhorse back, isn't it? Moulton looks good and strong and looks like he's ready to go for the rest of the season.
I talked to Coach Mike Thorson before the game. He said everybody on both sides had a good week, good practice. A lot of people getting healthy again. And Eric Moulton certainly one of them. Good to have him back. Look forward to the return of Shane Davis next week. Notice Michael Narrow not dressed out tonight. I don't know the extent of injuries he may have. This is Martell Smith trying left in. He gets around one corner, thrown down by the collar as the quarter runs out. We'll keep it here. We'll keep it here for the quarter because we want to remind you that the cheerleaders have a special treat for us coming up very, very shortly. The time has run out. We'll ask our cameramen to see if they can focus in on the cheerleaders who are down at the 50-yard line. Let you watch with us, Larry.
While we're zeroing in, I want to say Eugene Sharp had a one-on-one situation coming around that end and did a great job getting away from that kid and made a nice game. There's a good shot of our cheerleaders.
We gave you their names before, but we'll give them again this time as you look at them. Melissa Boren, Keisha Cole, Laura Ann Daniel, Carmen Greer, Jennifer Harris, Susan Holberg, Allison Jones, Casey Kirby, I believe is head cheerleader, Ashley Legg, Ashley Litton, Arlene Moniz, and Laura Wunderlich, the cheerleaders for Homewood High School. Let's watch them. Looks easy to me. Not much to that, right?
Yeah, I'll be the one on the top. Y'all pick me up and put me up here, would you?
Ought to be easy to hoist me up there. What a super job they did. What a super job they did. The only ones who I don't think knew about it were the band. The band fired off a hoorah for Homewood right about the time they started the cheer, but what a great display of that cheerleading squad, and we appreciate those girls and the effort that they put into it. Now the second quarter ready to start. Homewood with a 3rd and 4 at its own 33. Really need to make this one, keep this drive alive. They have 54 rushing yards on the young evening so far in the first quarter. Here Michael Whitten rolls right, wants to pass, has a receiver in Andrzejewski, just batted down. A good defensive play by their number, looked like 83.
23.
I'm sorry, was it 23? That's decent.
Keith Deason.
That's decent. He's playing in that defensive secondary.
They have a lot of seniors on this squad. Of course, the whole starting offensive backfield and all, and a lot of others. They have 60 members on their roster. We have 39. That's part of a 5A school playing a 6A school, and those seniors are showing some good play out here for Vestavia tonight.
So in the first quarter, Homewood with 54 yards rushing, none passing, of course. Vestavia with 46 yards rushing and 14 passing, 1 for 3 on the part of the quarterback, Covette. Here's Kevin Miller's punt, big booming punt. It will come down at about the 33-yard line. The ball carrier is number 15. That's the quarterback, Covette, for Vestavia with a good return. He brings it back to about the 47-yard line. So Vestavia, again, Larry, in excellent field position.
34-yard punt and about a 14-yard return there. That was a good return by the Vestavia man.
I don't guess in high school that's unusual to have your quarterback as your punt return man, or your star fullback as your defensive linebacker. Here Vestavia now 1st and 10 from their own 47. The give looks like was to Deason, or was it Dunn? Doesn't matter. Cowan on the stop for Homewood.
There you go. Barry, there's a good matchup inside. Vestavia's big tackle against Big John Whitten, and those two big fellas are going at each other. 76 are on your screen. If you can zero in on them, they got quite a matchup going on.
They have a matchup going on. John playing in the left defensive down tackle position. Covette back to pass, and it's complete. Oh, not complete at all. Dropped by number 5. That's Jay Dennis. Dennis, junior wide receiver for the Rebels. He was by himself in the pasture and into and out of the hands. All right, that brings up 3rd down, then at about 7 the way I see it across the field. Need to get some of those neon pink yard markers so we can see them across the field. They're hard to distinguish against that backdrop of those coaches standing over there. Here's the give to the first man to pitch out, but he turns Dunn around, and Dunn will go nowhere, maybe not even back to the line of scrimmage. Vestavia will have to punt, Larry.
Very big hit by Eugene Sharp. That 150-pound fellow, I don't think he knows he only weighs 150 pounds. He took the big strong Deason and took him right to the ground.
Tenacious defense. That puts Vestavia in a punting situation. Andrzejewski and Smith will drop back in punt formation. Their punter, if I recall correctly, is Spigner? Spigner.
Jamie Spigner.
Spigner stands at about his own 37. He'll move to the 40 and kick it. And another good punt. It backs up Michael Andrzejewski. And they tap it, and They're going to down that ball inside our 5-yard line. Tough field position on our own 2.
It looked like a 48-yard punt by Vestavia. That's the biggest play of the first half here so far.
Now, credit Spigner, the punter. He's really put his toe into a couple of them tonight, and so we're backed up in our own end zone, almost in our own end zone.
He's a good athlete, Barry. His dad was a good football player for that other college in the state, and his mama is a coach for the girls program up here at Vestavia also.
All right, here's Homewood from its own 2. It'll be basic straight-ahead football. Eric Moulton looks like on the right side, but maybe only a gain of a couple. The tackle made by 60 for Vestavia, and that's Jared Sinclair.
Well, he's a good football player.
Give him maybe a yard. The way you look at the sideline yardage markers, it's not even a yard. I call it 2nd and about 10. Backs are in the eye. Long count. Tried to pull him off.
It worked. It worked.
We'll see if that's successful. The flags are down. We'll watch the mark off. That's got to be demoralizing to a good Vestavia squad, a 6A squad.
That's going to help us a lot, Barry. See if it slows down their charge on this play. See if we can get out of this hole. You're seeing Keith Deason, the captain for Vestavia, talk to the umpire, probably complaining about the quarterback, the way he barks the signals, drawing them off sides. Let's see if he says anything to them.
All right, Homewood now with that 5-yard penalty faces 2nd and about 5, a long 5. Here was the give that time to Moulton. Moulton maybe to the 10-yard line. The first down yardage will be at about the 12. So maybe 3rd and 3. 3rd and just shy of the 10-yard line, 3rd and 3. Hard to see from that angle, but this one's a tough one. We need to keep this drive alive.
Barry, I don't think it's any secret we were going up the middle then, and somehow Vestavia figured that out too. This is going to be an interesting call here for both squads.
Backs are in the eye, receivers wide left and right. The pitch is to Martell. Martell out across the 12. He'll get first down yardage and more. Run out of bounds finally at about the 26-yard line. Excellent offense. Blocking on the right side, absolutely key to that.
Barry, you're exactly right. Big Eric Moulton had a great block, and watch number 12 out here, our split man. Look at the block on 21 there. That was a nice block. One impressive knockdown block, but he got the job done.
Got the job done. Sprung Martell around that corner. Scott Hazelden. Super job. Homewood with some breathing room now as the ball rests 1st and 10 on about the 27-yard line. 8:15 remaining in the half. Whitten fakes the give. The long pitch. Incomplete at about their 40-yard line. Defending on the play were both 21 and 22 for Vestavia. That's Chris Pryor and Darrell Grant. Andrzejewski was the intended receiver.
Barry, that was a pretty good play by Andrzejewski to make sure that the Vestavia man didn't come down with that ball.
Michael comes out for a breather for a moment. Michael Andrzejewski, that is.
This was it the Pryor kid that had the best shot at the ball over here. He's a tough cornerback.
Yeah, he was.
He's number 21.
21, Chris Pryor. Looks like a pass situation again. Hazelden's in motion, but no, the give across the middle to Moulton. Moulton maybe to maybe 29-yard line. They bring up another critical 3rd down, 3rd and long, Larry, about 7 or 8 maybe.
Well, again, another interesting call going to be coming up. Vestavia's got to be looking for the pass. You're going to see their outside linemen probably take a little wider stance and come in for the passer about 7 or 8 yards behind. Let's see what they do.
Here's Hazelden in motion again. Whitten rolls this time, wants to throw, looks long. Let's see if they call him inbounds. They do. I believe he caught
great
it. What a catch. Martell Smith is the receiver.
I hope he's all right. He's staying down.
Or was it Eugene?
No, Eugene Sharp's up and in the backfield already in the huddle.
Looks like we've got Martell with an injury on the sideline. He caught that ball and just barely kept his toes in bounds.
Barry, I'm thinking he may have fallen on the ball.
Might have. Brings up 4th down, and Homewood has its punting team in. Vestavia will send back Deason because we're looking at 4th and maybe a yard. We'll hope that Martell is all right. They're working on him on the near sidelines. Covette deep for Vestavia. Kevin Miller stands at his 20. The ball on about the 36. Nobody blocked 21 coming across. Thank goodness he didn't get a hand on the ball. The ball will come down and be downed at about the 35-yard line, maybe. Well, I think they marked it down at the 37 or 8.
Yeah, first touching was up there at the 38. We kind of batted it back to the 35.
Martell Smith up on his feet on the sideline and walking over toward the bench with Coach Greg Pendley. We'll see if we can get a feel for what the problem is. Well, maybe he took a little bit of a shot on the side of his ribs, took a hit on the ribs, but he is okay. It's good to have Larry Hembry with us on the sidelines tonight. We'll tell you a little bit more about what he's doing. Good to have John Poole with us in the booth as a spotter tonight. Pass play. Wide open was number 20 for Vestavia. That's Sheik, Qasim Sheik. He takes it in, brings it up to the 50-yard line. No coverage on that side.
Let me tell you how smart they are. That's where Martell plays. Martell comes out. Eric Pope gets in for the very first play. Buddy, they go right at him. That's good coaching by the Vestavia people. Very observant.
Gailey out of the lineup for Vestavia now. We've got still the backs are Deason and Dunn. Covette's not the quarterback. The quarterback now is Anderson, 12, Don Anderson. The ball carrier that time was Kimbrell, number 30. So Vestavia with some new numbers in, and we'll try to do a little bit better job of keeping up with them for you.
Barry, Homewood's new number in there, Sean Shiplett, stacked that one up very nicely. Good job, and I think maybe Brian Nara was in on that tackle too.
Shiplett wears the number 70. We have an official timeout. Would this be the
water break?
The water break? It is indeed the water break, and that means it's time for us to take a commercial break. We'll let you hear from one of our sponsors, and we'll be right back with more second half action after this.
You know when it's right. You know when you feel it, baby. You hold it, you hear it, you taste it, it's right. You got the right one, baby. It's this irrepressibly lovable, unsurpassably callable, and intimately soulful. You got the right one, baby.
With 100% NutraSweet.
Back to live action. You only missed one play while we were gone. We thought that they had signaled a water break, and indeed they did not. Now they signal a water break. Cap, 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 cap. I'll tell you what, we're going to go back and grab another commercial break while they now indeed do take a water break, and we'll be back after this.
Dear Central Bank.
Oh, writing the bank.
Yeah.
They messed up the checking account?
No.
Had to wait in line?
No.
Rude tellers?
No, never. Rude husband.
Me?
I'm thanking them for all the trouble they went to and all the extra work they did so we could close the loan on this house.
That's their job.
In 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. That's Central Bank.
Central Bank. Unlike other banks, our prime interest is you.
Well, we're back to live action. Not sure what you're seeing there. That's Martell. I understand he's going to be all right. The cap that I was mentioning is Cap Brown, who is the referee for tonight's ball game. And he had given a signal that looked like a water break, and I thought it was, and we missed a play instead. Let us bring you up to date here. The ball rests on the 45-yard line. Vestavia now has third down and looks like about 6 or 7, maybe 6 for the first down. So this is a key possession down for both the Rebels and the Patriots. Anderson wants to pass, pumped once, and incomplete at about the 20-yard line.
Barry, on that play, Paul Owens came blowing in there. He pumped. Paul jumped out of his shoes at that thing, and he gave him a little more time, and the guy almost ran under it.
Sheik was the intended receiver. Curtis Starks was defending.
Here it is again. Just out of that fella's reach.
Good news to report back as we show you back to live action on the field that Martell Smith is back in the game, and he'll be back deep to receive the Vestavia punt. The punter again, Spigner. Homewood again backed up in its own 10-yard line, hoping that we don't get back in our own end zone again. It'll come down to Andrew Jeske, who does not signal, and there'll have to be a penalty on that.
That's a penalty.
Have to be a penalty on that. Stood right at his 10-yard line and was actually hit before his hands touched the ball.
That's called fair catch interference.
We'll look at it again if they'll show it to us. Here we go. Spigner kicks from his own 45.
Barry, whether he signals for a fair catch or not, he has the right to catch the ball uninterfered with, just like if he had signaled for a fair catch.
Well, and there's a safety factor that's involved in that penalty as well, in that you want to not just clock somebody without them knowing it. Their eyes are on the ball. They're not protecting themselves, as was the case with Michael.
Barry, this could be an interesting. We get a lot of options here. We can come back here and penalize them, I think, 15 yards from the previous spot and kick it again 15 yards farther up the field, or we can take the ball at the spot right there.
And 15 yards?
No, I don't think you get 15 yards right there. It's been too long since I was a referee, but I believe that's the way it goes.
You're looking on the sidelines at a number of the players there. We spotted Brian Narrow. We'll see we'll have to see the call here. Is the call? What is the actual call there?
Fair catch interference, even though it wasn't a signal fair catch. Now he's explaining the options to Michael Andrzejewski right now, and I think the options are go back. It'll be 4th down, step off 15 big ones on Vestavia, make them punt it again, or we get the ball right at the spot of the foul with no yardage.
So they will return. You'll see the mark off. It'll come from the 45-yard line and probably go to the 40-yard line as the 15-yard penalty is marked off.
Right.
That means Spigner will stand on about his own 30, or about his own 27 or so. That brings Andrzejewski and Smith up to about the 24, 25-yard line with the potential for much better field position for the Patriots.
Barry, that's a big mistake by the Vestavia people there. I hope we can take advantage of this.
We'll keep you up to date on time remaining in the half. 5:20 now showing on the clock, and the clock is moving. The Rebels with 4th and 20, so they punt. The line of scrimmage, their own 40. Homewood stunts like it wants to come. Good punt underway. Andrzejewski signals fair catch and brings it in at the 28, 27-yard line. So we improved our lot in life tremendously on that penalty.
By even more than the 15 yards.
Yes.
Plus, we get the privilege of letting them snap and try to catch a punt thing again, taking all those chances again. That was a nice penalty for us.
Right. All right. We've got a Homewood number 65 in the game, and we don't know who that is. Is lining up at the tight end. It looks like it might be Brian Anderson, but we'll check with Larry Hembry on the sidelines and see if we can find out for you who number 65 is. Michael Witten wants to throw. He's in the grasp. Wisely throws that ball into Blount County. Michael was being held at the time that he threw it, and he wisely got rid of it.
I hate to make this point, but whoever number 65 was, he went out for a pass, and he was at the tackle position.
Is there a flag down? No.
No, thank goodness. Let's don't tell the guys in the striped shirts, but we were downfield that time illegally.
Looks like it is Brian Anderson. And that's the tackle. Is that the tackle eligible lineup that they show?
No, Barry, Reggie Lass, number 10, is the end.
All right.
In at 65 at the tackle position. He is at a tackle position.
The give is to Martell. No, I'm sorry, Eric Moulton. And he works his way up to right at the 30-yard line. So that's Brian Anderson, who normally wears the 85 jersey, just wearing the 65 jersey, which is the jersey, I guess, that a guard would wear, a number that a guard would wear. And Owen is out of the game right now. Paul Owen out of the game and sitting on the sidelines. So that may be a way to give Brian an opportunity to spell Paul Owen some. That may be what we're seeing. 3rd and long. The pass was over the middle to Andrzejewski. I mean, out to the right side to Andrzejewski, and it was a tough one to catch. It'll go incomplete, and will bring up a punting situation for Homewood.
Barry, when they go to the sideline here, Reggie Lice is going to look up quarterback Michael Whidden and say, next time pump and fake that ball. He's talking to him already. And hit me long. I know the pass was called to the short man, but they went for that pump. Reggie was open down the sideline.
All right, this punt, the line of scrimmage will be at about the 30. Vestavia shows like they might come after it. Kevin Miller stands on his own 20 to kick it. Gets a good punt away. Good punt away, and Covette comes down with it at about his own 36. He's stopped once, twice, tackled by a host of Homewood tacklers. He'll go absolutely nowhere. If he got 3 or 4 yards, that's a miracle.
Barry, look like
we'll stop for just a second and change tapes and come right back. Live action as you see the give to Nathan Dunn. Dunn around left side. Whoa, shoestring tackle. Credit Michael Andrzejewski with the big tackle.
Michael Andrzejewski made a nice shoestring tackle right there, Barry.
Just absolutely grabbed him by the shoelace and brought him down. 3:35 remaining in the half. We'll remind you to stick with us for halftime because you got a performance of the Homewood Patriot Marching Band, the likes of which you may not have seen this year. You don't fail to miss it, as Dizzy Dean used to say.
Barry, the last punt by Kevin Miller was a 34-yarder, but it was extremely high.
Lots of time, plenty of time for the kicking team to get down and under that ball. Here's Covette, wants to throw. Oh, tipped. Walburn got his hand on it at the 45, tipped it out of bounds. We were ready for that little play that time.
Barry, Henry Walburn was ready for that play from the snap. He was looking for that pass. Watch Henry Walburn on the replay here. Watch him. He never takes his eyes off the quarterback. Look at that. Oh, yeah.
Just another step, he has that ball. And
Good play,
he's off to the races.
That's a good play by Henry
Interesting
Walburn.
stat here, Larry, for you. Eric Moulton with 11 carries and 43 yards. Nathan Dunn of Vestavia with 9 carries, 21 yards. We haven't seen much of Nathan Dunn in the second quarter. Quarterback keeper, the bootleg to the right. Paul Owen fights off his block, but the pass is complete. The pass is complete to Bobby Shinara at about the 34, 33-yard line of Homewood, so a deep strike into the heart of Patriot territory.
Barry, if they show it again, watch John Whidden. Watch the faking in the backfield. John Whidden is totally fooled. Look at him spin around and hit the fullback on the ground, and the quarterback's got it around the end. That's great ball handling. That kid was all by himself.
Back to live action. Someone had a hold of him as he actually threw it. But Shinara was wide open in the secondary. Here's Covette, wants to throw again. No, gives up the middle to Deason.
That was a good second effort. I thought we had him for a yard gain. Good second effort by Deason.
Time to stiffen up a little bit on the part of the defense as the ball sits now inside the 30 at about the Patriot 28-yard line.
I believe Eugene Sharp made that stop too. He's made a lot of tackles tonight. Eugene's quite a defender.
Well, it's second and a long for Vestavia. Fullback, Deason, straight ahead, fumble. Red shirts on it.
I believe that's Anthony Webby. Big play by Anthony Webby.
Big play. Number 51. You watch him as he comes off. Super play.
Barry, that was good quickness. Somebody coughed that ball up for us. Who's that on the ground there? The little sophomore linebacker, Narrow. Good stick by Narrow and good recovery by Webby.
Good play by the defense. They turn it over again for us, and the offense is in business now. We've set time for you, 1:58, 1:57. The clock becoming critical as this first half winds down. Hazelden comes in motion to the near side. Here's the call from Whitten. The give is to Martell Smith at right tackle. No, sir. No, it's Eric Moulton. They're running Moulton at the tailback slot some, and I'm confused when I see a tailback get it. I assume Martell, and I'm wrong.
That's big. Sinclair penetrating into our backfield and not really giving Eric a chance to run with the ball at all.
All right, 1:25 remaining. Elias comes wide to the near side. We've got a split in on this side of flanker back. Flanker in motion again. Fake to Moulton through the middle. Quinton is pressured. Big bomb. Reggie Elias tried for it, but it was underthrown at about the 32-yard line. That'll stop the clock. 1:07 remaining.
Reggie made a good play on that ball to come back to it, Barry, and to bust that play up. Pretty good pass blocking by the line that time.
I think Michael just reared back and threw it with all he had, and it just didn't get there. Maybe a little high.
Our 180-pound sophomore guard held back 240 Sinclair on that one.
Here's third down. Want to give to Martell. Martell tries the right side, but it's just out over the 32. So it'll be no go. And Homewood and Vestavia bounce it back and forth and back and forth. The score remains Rebels 3 and Homewood nothing. Punting situation. All right, Vestavia has called timeout, and it is their last timeout. That's their third. We'll keep it here because we're so close to halftime, but we'll remind you that the performance of the marching band coming up at halftime. I think you'll enjoy seeing some new things they've added to the lineup this week.
There's a good look at some Patriot fans. You can see long sleeves and a sweater or a jacket or two. That's good that it's football season finally.
An absolutely delightful night for football at Waldrop Stadium, and we're glad you're with us. Might mention that we've got some new names to tell you about on the broadcast crew. Some that you know and some that you may not know. Of course, Bob Askew, who does so much work for us. Wes Gray is on one of the cameras tonight. Jack Munger on a camera tonight. James Valenti on one of the cameras tonight. We've added to the broadcast crew lineup Larry Hembry, who is our sideline statistician. And it reminds us to say a big thank you, and that's not enough, to Danny Callies, who was for many, many years the statistician for the high school, both its middle school, junior high, and high school games. Danny is not going to be the statistician any longer, but Larry has agreed to step into that role, and we appreciate that as well. Here's the punt. Kevin Miller at his own 18 steps to about the 21 to kick it. Gets a good kick off, a high floating kick. It'll come down and take a Homewood bounce down to about the 20. And credit Vestavia's receiver, that's Covette. He picks it up and tries to run with it. I believe it was Covette.
Barry, that was a 50-yard punt by Kevin Miller on that play.
That took some time off the clock. So with 36 seconds remaining, you can bet Vestavia will air it out, and we'll see if Homewood goes into a prevent defense.
Looks like we're putting a little more speed maybe on the line. Sean Shiplett comes in at one of the defensive tackle spots, and I would anticipate a pass here. Maybe Sean will put a little pressure on the quarterback for us.
We have Sharp and Martell Smith and Andrew Jeske as the corners and the free safety. Starks and Walburn at the rover or outside linebacker positions. 4 down linemen, 2 inside linebackers, and a penalty flag flies.
Barry, of course, there was an illegal procedure. Their guard jumped there, but I want everybody to know that what you didn't see there, the clock ran through all of that. There it is, 13 seconds left. Vestavia was in no rush and let the clock run, and they're out of timeouts. Now with a 5-yard penalty, it'll be interesting. Yeah, they're going to start the clock, so Vestavia won't even have to get a playoff. They want to end the half.
Clock runs again. We'll see if they get one more snap underway. Covette looks, waits. Now he snaps. He'll throw and downs it. They decided they didn't want it. I guess to not risk the chance of an interception and a return. Well, at any rate, as you look at the scoreboard, that's the story of the man from the state of Alabama ever to do that. First downs in the second period. Vestavia had 1, Homewood had none. Only 1 first down awarded to either team in the second quarter. A real testament to what kind of defense we had underway out there. At any rate, Homewood has the ball, 1st and 10 from the 20. We start with Eugene Sharp at the tailback position, and he tries to penetrate the 20-yard line, but he won't do much.
Barry, just what you were just saying, Eugene tries the middle of the line, doesn't even get near the 20-yard line, tries to bounce outside, and then takes about a yard and a half loss.
In the first quarter, Vestavia with 18 rushing attempts, 55 in the first half, 55 yards rushing. Homewood 72 yards rushing. Vestavia 53 yards passing. They've hurt us on a couple of long passes. Homewood only 8 yards passing. 2nd and 11 following the loss of 1. Here's the pitch back to, looks like Sharp again in the tailback position. If it is Eugene running in the tailback position, the stop by David Gordon for the Rebels.
Barry, that was Eugene around the end on a quick pitch. I think we're like Vestavia. We're going to have to try the ends more. I don't know that we can go up the middle against those big, strong fellas, just like they've almost given up on ours.
Absolutely. There were a lot of, what do they call it, 3 downs and out, especially in the second quarter. We saw almost the complete shutdown of Nathan Dunn. Dunn had almost no yardage at all in the second quarter. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Whitten wants to pass. He looks complete. It'll be shy of first down yardage. I can't get the number of the receiver from here.
Barry, it looked like Eugene Sharp again for about a 2-yard pickup maybe on that pass play.
Comes out of the backfield, but not enough for first down yardage. It'll bring up 4th and about 5.
Barry, the bunch of us halftime were sitting around talking about who played well in the first half, and a bunch of them did. But Eugene Sharp, Kip Cowan, Anthony Webby, and Narrow, if you look, it was all of them mostly on defense, is all we had to talk about, really.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Deep for Vestavia is number 15. That's Clint, and I believe it's Lovett.
Lovett is the quarterback.
We've been pronouncing it as Covette. Well, it goes over his head.
He touched
it, and he runs back to the 30, where he'll try to get started.
My goodness.
Gets back about 10 yards, but we almost had a turnover there.
Looked like Webby and Coggin in on the tackle on that punt there, Barry.
Continuing with those stats, if you add up the rushing and passing yards, they look like this. Vestavia with 108 total yards in the first half. Homewood with 80 total yards in the first half. Very, very low yardage statistics for a first half of play. Here's Vestavia. They'll move from their own 40-yard line. The fake is to the fullback. Lovett wants to pass, keeps instead, and he'll be brought down.
He put it on the ground. No, the referee's signaling.
I guess they blew it dead.
No, it's ours. It's ours.
Homewood did get it. Homewood recovers a fumble at the 48-yard line. Coach Thorson's out greeting every one of those defensive players as they come out off the field.
Here it is again, Barry. Look at the big guard in front of him. Nice block. The man takes it upfield, but he's waving it around like you shouldn't do. Doesn't put the ball away.
Eugene Sharp upended him. When he hit the ground, the ball came loose. Homewood ball, 1st and 10 from the Vestavia 48. Now let's get something going. Whitten is the quarterback. Long count. Gives to the tailback. That's Martell Smith. Martell is up to about the 45, maybe shy of the 45.
Barry, on that big play, that turnover, John Poole, one of our spotters, says he believes Walburn's the one that caused that, and that's kind of what you expect out of Henry Walburn.
All right, here comes Homewood after the gain of maybe 3, 2nd and 7. Receivers wide, left and right, backs in the eye. The pitch will go to Martell Smith in the tailback slot. He tries the 45-yard line, won't get much more than that. Give him maybe a yard or a half a yard. Bring up 3rd and 6.
Barry, Coggin pulled from guard that time and buried their defensive end. When Coggin pulls and gets 220 coming at you, a lot of steam, and he hits. He took the guy to the ground.
The stop made by Jared Sinclair. Martell Smith coming out of the lineup now. He was stung with an injury to the ribs in the first half, but he came back in. Maybe still a little bit sore. That means Eugene Sharp is the tailback, and the give is to Eugene. He wants left in, pursued, tries the 40. He maybe gets to the 40-yard line, maybe the 41. He'll be shy of first down yardage, bring up 4th and about 2.
Barry, we pulled both our guards that time, and again, I'm following our guards and tackles, I guess, because I'm an old lineman, but Michael Coggin, again, a terrific block, pulling out of that guard spot and hit his man and turned him in order and allowed Eugene to turn that corner a little bit.
The stop again by number 60 for Vestavia, the number we've become familiar with tonight, Larry. That 23, 2, and 15. 60 is Sinclair.
Oh, he's a great player.
Kevin Miller drops deep. He'll stand at his own 43. Deep for Vestavia is Lovett. Clint Lovett, the quarterback. Good pass from center. Kevin Miller kicks high. Lovett signals for a fair catch.
No.
We won't be as lucky as we were at Shades Valley last week, where one went out of bounds at the 1 foot line.
Tell you what, a 42-yard punt there. If it could have been just a 40-yard punt, we would have been on the 1 yard line. That ball barely got in the end zone.
Another strong kicking performance tonight.
I tell you, both these teams are kicking well. That Spigner boy for Vestavia has done an outstanding job tonight.
Indeed, he has. A couple of big-time punts. Well, Vestavia then with 1st and 10 from their own 20. 7:08 in the third quarter remaining. Yeah, Anderson is the quarterback for Vestavia. Tripped up by Eugene Sharp in his own backfield. He falls forward maybe to the 21.
There's no secret. Keith Deason's one of the top players on the Vestavia squad. He comes out on the block. Look at this block. Eugene says, no thanks, I'll take the guy. He goes right around the blocker, who's probably one of their top ball players, and hits the guy down. That was a great play.
Strong performance by Eugene Sharp, playing both ways tonight, as is Martell Smith. A lot of guys play both ways on this young Homewood Patriot squad. They're looking for something around the right end, and sure enough, they get it off right tackle. Big hit off right tackle at about the 24-yard line. Deason was the ball carrier.
Henry Walburn met him nose to nose.
Big tackle by Henry Walburn and others. I know Michael Coggin in on that play. Again, Vestavia runs with Deason as the workhorse and not Nathan Dunn. The quarterback, as we've told you, is a new quarterback, Don Anderson. He wears the number 12 jersey for Vestavia. Wants to throw. Lofts one as long as he can throw it. An excellent catch by the Vestavia receiver at the Patriot 35-yard line. It was Sheik, Quasim Sheik, and he reached out and got it on his fingertips and brought it in. A super reception. Give credit where credit's due.
Barry, that was a great pass, and under pressure, watch Webby come around from this side. Look at the spin move. He comes in, he hits that fella on the ground, but not quite quick enough as he got a great pass off to that fella.
The pass ever so slightly overthrown. Sheik ran underneath it, got his fingertips on it. The officials have signaled a timeout for a water break, and so we'll signal a timeout as well for a break. We'll go to a commercial. They're telling me it's my commercial. That means we're going to talk about cash and carry a little bit. Let me talk about this, and then we've got some announcements to tell you about and some thank yous to pass along as well. Appreciate the notice in the truck, guys. Cash and Carry Building Supply carries a full line of building products and hardware, and all that they carry is designed to meet the needs for any do-it-yourself project, as well as any contractor-assisted jobs that you might be involved with. Do not let the name fool you. They do deliver to the Homewood area, even though their name is Cash and Carry, as well as to any of the other over-the-mountain areas, and they gladly accept major credit cards as well. Cash and Carry is owned by Don Waters and Homewood resident Jim Long. They invite you to give them a call at this number, 323-7173. Discuss any of your building materials needs with store manager Lars Anderson. Cash and Carry, one of the sponsors of Homewood Patriot football. They're located at 800 14th Street North in Birmingham. Cash and Carry. Now, Larry, you wanted to say thank you to some folks.
Well, earlier you had mentioned Danny Callies, and Danny had also been behind the spaghetti supper for 9 straight years at the middle school, and I want to thank everybody for supporting the middle school and all the workers over here. We're back at live action. Take it, Barry.
Okay, here we go. The give us to looks like Dunn. Dunn at left guard. He'll get maybe 3 yards. Vestavia, strong passing performance on the strength of that most recent one to Quasim Sheik. Vestavia's quarterback, Lovett in the first half and Anderson in the second half combined for 4 for 9, 93 yards in the air, as Vestavia bringing more of a passing attack tonight than we thought they might bring. Here's Anderson. Wants to throw. He does. Complete to Quasim Sheik at the 25. Martell Smith meets him at the 20, but first down yardage again, and the chains move in the direction of the Patriot goal line.
Barry, that was a good move by their quarterback. He looked right and then turned to the left, and our corner was a little bit soft or had backed off just a little bit, and he was able to complete the ball, and the Sheik made a nice run of it.
He's a fine receiver.
18-yard line.
Good receiver.
I think they're running because they're forced into it, Barry. They're passing because they're forced into it. They're a running team, but they can't run against the Patriots, and they're having to go the air.
They've moved to the air. Here Anderson wants to pass again, rushed by 4 Patriots and dropped. The ball thrown intended for Dunn on the left sidelines, run out of bounds. Interesting that Kip Cowan was defending on that pass play.
Barry, let me tell you what happened there. They led us through the line. All our linemen, watch this, pour through. Here comes the screen over here. See the linemen scoot out. We had one fella that knew what was happening. Kip Cowan stopped what could have been a long gain or maybe a touchdown there. Kip Cowan's a smart player, not just a mean, tough, rough, muscular, physical guy. He's smart, Barry.
That makes it 2nd and 10 now as the Rebels sputtering just a little bit. Here's Don Anderson. Line of scrimmage about the 18. The pitch back to Dunn. Dunn looks around right in, wants to scamper, can't, goes back against the grain. Boom, thrown for a loss.
Good
Ball squirted loose, but I think it had been blown dead.
Good penetration by Eugene Sharp. He was so quick, he slowed him up. The pursuit came over. Eugene got back up and made the play along with a whole host of pursuing Patriots. Watch this.
Watch it again.
There's the miss by him. He gets back up, and bingo, he got in on that one.
Coggin, Starks, Curtis Starks. Okay, big loss that time, so call it 3rd and about 15 now. Anderson wants to pass, pumps once, complete to Sheik. He's in at about the 15, maybe the 14-yard line, stays in bounds. Do believe he's well short of first down yardage.
Barry, they're going to that. I don't know if they are noticing Martell is backing off just a little bit or what's going on, but they're hitting that on a consistent basis here.
Vestavia with 116 yards passing on the night. They'll try for the field goal. The kicker is Sheik. The place kicker is Qasim Sheik. Line of scrimmage, the 32-yard line. No, I'm sorry. It would be a 32-yard attempt. It hits the goalpost and drops no good.
It looked like it was going to be short, and it went up there and hit the crossbar itself and went back into play.
Absolutely hit the bottom crossbar between the uprights, but hit the bottom crossbar. Watch it again. Would have been a 32-yard field goal. Hits the crossbar and drops back at the goal line.
You can't say we didn't get a good bounce on that one.
We got a good bounce on that one. All right, here we go. Let's set the backfield for you. Looks like 28 Sharp is the tailback. The give is straight ahead to Moulton. Moulton over the 20 to about the 24. Sinclair with the stop for Vestavia. So what else is new?
Really?
Michael Whitten looks to the sideline for the signals. Scampers back to the huddle. Eugene Sharp in at the tailback position. Behind Eric Moulton playing at fullback. Now Hazelton wide to the left and looks like Andrew Jeske wide to the right. Hazelton wide right, that is.
Procedure, I believe, Barry. It's going to be on Homewood, I'm afraid.
To see what the call is. Everybody has an opinion.
Well, I hope mine's wrong.
But it's coming in. Dead ball foul, illegal procedure against the Patriots. It'll come back 5 yards. That'll make the line of scrimmage now about the, looks like the 18-yard line, Larry. And we'll make it 2nd and 12.
Barry, I tell you what, we're having enough trouble gaining yards tonight. Last thing we need is some penalty yards stepped off against us. Makes it even longer.
That's the truth. Hazelton is to the right. Flanker Andrew Jeske to the left. He comes in motion to this near side. Backs are split. Whitten rolls out, wants to pass, has some blocking. Throws complete to Eugene Sharp at the 21-yard line. Stays in bounds, and the clock will continue to move with 2:29 remaining in the quarter. Gabriel Payne defending for the Rebels, but a good pass play, 6-yard gain. Brings up a possession down, 3rd and a long 7, maybe even 8.
Barry, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like when we're throwing the ball, we've been throwing 3- and 4-yard passes, and then we've thrown some like 30- or 40-yard bombs down the field. Maybe we can hook up a 10- or 12-yard game here. See what happens on 3rd and 8. Homewood from its own 22. Vestavia jumped again. We'll have to
hope that they were not drawn off. That would bring up a 3rd and short, if indeed that's the case.
Yeah, it's going to be about 3rd and 2 or 2.5.
Mark off offsides, I guess, or do they call that encroachment? Same
you
thing?
can call it anything you want.
Same
It's
thing?
5-yard penalty, I think.
Boo-boo.
Yeah. Over the
Vestavia
years.
has had a number of penalties on the night. I believe 8 for the night. 45 yards in total walk-offs against them, and 3 or 4 of them on that offsides call. Now the give to Eric Moulton. Moulton wants the 30-yard line desperately and did not make it. I believe he'll have to have the 30 and maybe a little bit more for the first down, right? Way shy.
Oh, man. Kip Cowan's limping around a little bit. We can ill afford Kip Cowan to be injured.
Time is out. And the officials are calling timeout. Looks like maybe an equipment problem with Keith Deason.
No, he got his bell rung.
Did he?
I don't know who he ran into, but somebody rang his bell. That had to be a pretty good collision for Keith Deason.
He might have been Cowan.
Or it could have been Eric Moulton.
Could have been Moulton. Deason is staggering off the far sideline. As you see it again, he really took a hard hit, and he has just now made his way to the far sidelines. Kip Cowan, I believe, remains in the game, does he not? Yes.
Barry, if Kip Cowan can walk, Kip Cowan's playing.
Well, I'm not sure. Let's look and see. I believe he is.
Ooh.
High snap from center. Kevin Miller gets it away. A long punt. Comes down at the 35-yard line. Lovett has the ball and brings it up to the 44, so call it a 9-yard return. Vestavia with good field position.
Barry, was 36-yard punt by Kevin Miller that time, and there's Eugene Sharp, and he has been in on more tackles than anybody tonight on the Homewood side, I would think.
Clock starts now with 51 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Vestavia sprints to the line. The line of scrimmage, the 45-yard line. 1st and 10. Anderson still the quarterback. Pumps once, dragged down, fumble.
Oh, he's calling it incomplete pass.
He's calling it an incomplete forward pass. You could see it there.
That's what we've been calling for all night long, Barry. Is we've been a hair away from this guy, and if he'll pump, we'll get a shot. Who is this coming in there?
Brian Narrow.
It is the linebacker shooting through Brian Narrow, and a great play. We've been that close all night, and kept Brown right there and called it an incomplete pass.
My question was only whether or not on the first pump he had made the attempt at the second time to pass the ball.
I agree with you, Barry, and that's why we're sitting up here, I reckon.
That's right. We call it 2nd and 10. The line of scrimmage still the 45. Now Anderson gives to keeps, pitches out. Nathan Dunn. Hello, Mr. Dunn. 43-yard line. Eugene Sharp playing a whale of a game tonight.
He is playing a game.
Drops Nathan Dunn his own backfield at about the 43-yard line. Call it a loss of 2. Interesting statistic, Larry. Dunn's yardage has steadily declined. He now has 13 attempts for only 18 yards on the night. He had a high of 25 at one time.
Barry, I've watched replays, and this kid can run the football.
Well, you hear the buzzer there as the 3rd period ends. That's time for us to stop, and we'll be back with 4th quarter action in this battle between between Vestavia and Homewood right after this. Stay with us.
New Powerade sports drink developed by the Coca-Cola Company.
It's the Powerade Punch, the Powerade Crunch. Slam it when you jam it. If you crack it or you cram it, the Powerade Play. Powerade, make my day.
More than a thirst quencher with 33% more carbohydrates for energy than Gatorade.
The Powerade Crunch, Powerade Punch. The taste that's fresh. You know the rest. New Powerade.
Hello, I'm Tony Picklesheimer here with you at Jim Limbaugh Chevrolet Truck and Van Center, and if we got a back-to-school special for you. As that all-important high school and college football season starts, tailgating is back, and everybody needs a van to do it in. This is a 1992 Chevrolet Astro van, and folks, this van is equipped, not stripped. It has power windows, power door locks, tilt wheel, cruise control. It's fully customized on the inside with captain's chairs and a sofa bed. All this for only $389 a month with $1,000 down. So come see us and save at Jim Limbaugh.
We want you to enjoy Chamber Day with the Chamber of Commerce. It's October 3rd. It'll happen at 6:30 p.m. at Sanford University. And among other things, you can hear the Homewood High School Patriot Marching Band. There will be skydivers, barbecue. Hey, I'll be there if there's barbecue. As Sanford takes on Western Carolina. The tickets are $3 for the game, $6 for the game and the barbecue. For more information, we'd invite you to contact the Homewood Chamber of Commerce at this number, 871-5631.
Barry, while we're talking about other games, yesterday we had 3 big games here, with the middle school having 2 of them and the freshmen having another one. Tell us the outcome of those 3 games.
Well, we won all 3, and that's the most important thing. I was doing the public address announcing and could not remember the score of all of them to save my life, except that I believe the 9th grade team, the freshman team, won by 14-6.
And the 8th grade won 35-0.
Big win for the 8th graders last night. 7th grade won handily, 2 over Thompson. Pretty strong Thompson team, so it was a great evening of middle school and high school freshman football. In the shotgun, Dunn, pressured, wants to run, scrambles, looks for daylight, finds it.
There, they got it.
Penalty flags fly.
Excuse me for screaming out clip, but it was a clip.
The old referee, and you just couldn't stand it.
Well, we had so many people flying around that quarterback that finally somebody clipped us. Thank goodness. He's hard to catch.
The flag sits at the 43 as you watch again. Heavy pursuit of Dunn.
Here comes a clip on Paul Owen. Watch, bingo, 81 clipped him. Thank goodness for the umpire. He caught him.
Vestavia moving back as we're just starting the 4th quarter. 11:49, in fact, remaining with the clock stopped while they sort out the penalty yardage.
Pick it up, Cap, and walk it off. 15 yards.
He apparently is explaining options, I guess, to the Homewood defense.
Excuse me, Barry. I had already accepted that one. I'm sorry, Coach.
They move the ball back.
They're going to take the play.
Homewood
what
declines.
I would decline that, Barry.
Homewood declines the clipping penalty. Vestavia changes the teams on the fly, and it will bring up 4th and maybe 11 for them, so it appears they will punt it away. We send Martell Smith, Michael Andrzejewski deep. They'll stand at about their own 20-yard line to your right.
Barry, now, I don't referee, and I also don't coach. Now you know why. I would have accepted it probably, and it's 4th down now. They've got a punt.
Spigner is the punter. He's had a good night for Vestavia. The line of scrimmage is the 44. He gets a good snap from center, sends a high kick, end over end. Andrzejewski takes it in at the 15-yard line and will be satisfied to catch it cleanly and start fresh there. From the 44 to the 15, pretty strong kicking.
41-yard punt, Barry, for Spigner. He's an outstanding punter, and unfortunately for us, I think Jamie Spigner's only a junior.
He is indeed a junior, listed as a junior in their program. Homewood needs now a long, sustained offensive drive, Larry, to come down and score. We haven't told you the score of this game. If you joined us after about the first few sets of downs, you don't know, but it's 3-0 Vestavia on the strength of a field goal. Time for the Patriots to get in gear. They try Eric Moulton. Do they signal a fumble? No, just excited about stopping us.
I think Beeson was excited to be in our backfield and make a big tackle.
Okay, no gain. 2nd and 10, still from the 15. Homewood's tried that middle of that line all night long, just as they have ours, and to no avail so far. Here's Whitten, wants to give to the first man through. That's Moulton again. Moulton still on his feet, shy of the 20. He maybe gets to the 19. Give him 4.
He fought hard. There were several defenders there trying to bring him down. There's a good shot of Kip Cowan. He's been limping around, but I feel like he'll be back, Barry. I don't think
it's like he has the left shoe off, and Coach Penley working on that left ankle, taping it even as right below us. Kip wants back in just as quickly as he can get in. We've got 3rd and a long 6 now. The backs are in the eye, receivers wide right and left Now the flanker in motion to the far side is Hazelton. Whitten rolls right. Routes covered. He throws. Whoa, right out of the hands of Reggie Elias. Scott Hazelton was just about by himself.
Barry,
I'm sorry. Did I read it wrong? No, that's Hazelton. Right.
That was not a bad-looking pass there and a bad-looking play. That was that middle yardage pass that I've been wanting to see, and it was there, and we just missed it. But it was there. We got to keep trying that.
All right, Kevin Miller will stand about his own 5-yard line. Blocking critical now, but they've got the return on. Whoa! A major league college punt by Kevin Miller, who kicks the ball down. It's rolling behind the 10-yard line. It'll be picked up. Lovett picks it up at the 8. He is down. Give me the yardage on that one.
He's on at the 5, Barry. That ball went all the way to the 5. That's 45 and 31, 76-yard punt.
A standing ovation in the Homewood Patriots stands for Kevin Miller. 70 what?
76-yard punt.
76-yard punt off the toe of Kevin Miller.
Kevin, you made a big mistake, bud. We expect it every time now.
There you see it again. It not only went a mile in the air, but it rolled another mile. God, what a punt. I believe that's the longest one I've ever seen in high school.
I was just in here thinking,
maybe the longest one I've ever seen in college. What a punt. All right, Vestavia deep in its own territory now, wants to just move up through the middle of the line. They try to establish dominance with the fullback, Deason. Starks in to stop him.
Barry, here it is late in the game, 9:25 to go in the whole game, and we may have gotten a momentum swing punt there. If we can hold them here, we can come back down and at least try for a field goal would be great.
Deason, their fullback, with 39 yards on the evening, surpassing the 18 or so yards of rushing that Nathan Dunn has had for the night. Now Dunn goes in motion to the far side. A new look. Anderson gives, however, to Deason straight off left tackle, and he'll move out to about the 20 for first down yardage. That gets Vestavia out of a big hole.
That was a nice hole, good blocking by their line. Deason had a hole to run through there.
There were absolutely no backs in the backfield at that on that formation.
Yeah, Deason was it. I think we overshifted Dunn or something. Just good blocking. I didn't really know, but he made a nice run. Slip down, slip down.
Nothing going at about the 21 or 22 yard line.
They're going to put it behind the 20, Barry. That fella slipped down.
Indeed.
There it is.
Indeed.
That's a good break.
Good shot by our 20-yard line camera, and that reminds us to tell you that on camera tonight we have Wes Gray, and we also have Jack Munger, and we have James Valenti operating the cameras tonight. I'd be remiss in not mentioning, too, that the public address announcer this year for the Homewood Patriots is Wayne Glasscock, and Joel Maxwell helps him out as a spotter in the public address announce booth to our left. Okay, a big second down now. They're just shy of the 20-yard line. Looks like Deason went right over the middle that time. Maybe to the 23.
Big play here, Barry. Third down and about 7. Deep in their territory. We really need to stop them here. 8 minutes to go in the game.
Still plenty of time for both teams. Vestavia comes to the line. They look, as Larry said, at 3rd and 7, a critical third down play. Wants to pass. He passes. It's complete to number 36. 36 is Bobby Shinara. Bobby Shinara hurt us deep once before, but he's short of the 30-yard line.
That's the important thing, Barry. We stopped him short, and Vestavia's forced to punt here. Big play.
Martell defending on this side from his cornerback position. That means that more than likely Andrzejewski will back up to take the punt. Vestavia shows punt formation.
Barry, we could use a big play here, a block, a bad snap, a drop, something, a return.
All right, Spigner has the ball. He kicks from his own 20. A booming punt sends Michael Andrzejewski back to the 26-yard line. Tries to get away, gets past 3, 4. The wall is up.
Oh, no.
Oh, we're going to get a call. We're going to get a clip at about the 35-yard line as Michael fights his way up to the 50. I'm not sure that was a clip.
Barry,
Gosh,
I hope we can rerun that because I know I'm prejudiced, but I want to see if Paul Owen's head wasn't in front of this fella.
The key,
here it comes.
The key is whether the blocker's head is in front of the person who's blocked.
Oh, that was close. That's close.
Well, the fact is we've got a yellow flag on the ground, and that's a clip, and that'll take us back. However, Homewood has possession of the ball, and that's what we want. Nullifies a stellar return by Michael Andrzejewski.
Boy, you're right.
He got away from the 3 guys who were the leaders of that kick return team, and the wall was setting. So we'll start fresh from the 20-yard line. Here come the Patriots up to the line. The backs are Martell Smith and Derek Moulton, who's played all the way tonight on offense. It's absolutely a key series for the Patriots. They need big-time blocking, and they got some on that play. 4 yards for Martell out to about the 24.
One of the more interesting collisions all night long took place in our big fullback Moulton comes out to block their big fullback Deason, and Deason submarines, so Moulton just kind of bulks into him and takes him to the ground with him on top. It was a great block. He buried Deason.
Key blocking on the outside, or tackling on the outside, by Robin Brasher, who stopped Martell Smith. Now with 2nd and 6, here's Eric over right tackle, big time first down yardage out across the 40-yard line. Gosh, he's quick.
He's strong too, Barry. Great run there. Good hole in the line.
Up to the 40. Maybe just a hair over the 40. Tackled by number 42, Victor Watley. Homewood gets out. Time is out.
Water break.
The officials have called us another, right when the momentum gets going, they call a timeout for a water break. Let us stop it here, and we will take a commercial break and be right back after this water break for the players. You stay with us. We're coming back. Ball just across the 40-yard line. It's first down, Patriots. Here comes the man in motion to the near side. Whitten gives to Eric Moulton, who tries left tackle again. It goes past that first initial block and into the secondary.
Barry, I believe that was Martell Smith, the tailback running there. He looked good on it, too. Nice run, Martell.
Well, he did look good on it.
He had good body lean. He took him forward when he got hit.
We'll give Martell 7. 2nd and 3. Homewood beginning to open up now. The interior of that Vestavia line.
You got to wonder if Vestavia's tiring a little bit and our guy's in a little better shape.
Again, the flanker comes in motion to the near side. Here's Whitten on the pitch. The pitch is to tailback Martell Smith. He crosses the 50-yard line into Vestavia territory for the first down.
Brady Martell looked good on that, and he got right in big Eric Moulton's back pocket and followed him right up through there.
Ben Robertson on the tackle for Vestavia.
Good blocking and good running. I guess you say that on any good running play, huh? When you gain yardage like that.
Absolutely. Okay, another first down for the Patriots. The ball now in Vestavia territory, just shy of their 48. Now Hazelden goes to the Andrzejewski left. He'll go in motion then to the far side. Here's the give to Martell again. Martell at right tackle. Going over the shoulders of Cowan and Whitten, Coggin, Zarzer.
Lions doing a good job here. I've got to say, though, that Sinclair fella, they're moving him around from one side to the other, and he is a dominant force on that line for them. He's a good ball player.
To stop that time by Sinclair. I should have mentioned Paul Owen, too, who was the last man up from the bottom of that pile. Playing in that right tackle position tonight. Another man in motion. Backs are stacked in the eye. Here's Whitten. Wants to pass. Looks. Deflected by number 44. I believe got a hand on it. David Gordon. Intended receiver was Michael Andrzejewski.
Barry, we've had a good drive going. They're trying to change it up just a little bit, but that brings up a 3rd and 9.
Critical 3rd down, possession down. 4:15 in this football game. Need to move the ball. Would you be looking for the... stops at the 40. The indication is a clipping call against Vestavia.
No, that's a loose ball foul. That
give him 5.
Barry, it's 3:20 to go in the game. I mean, that break is so big.
Again, David Gordon on the tackle for Vestavia, assisted by Lovett. 3:09, 3:08, 3:07, the clock ticking. Homewood faces now second and about 6. Now Michael gives to Moulton.
Go, baby, go.
Moulton across the 20 to the 15, down inside the 15, maybe the 12.
Woo! Big play, Barry. Big.
Whoa, Nelly. This one's not over.
Oh, this is a long way from over. What a nice blocking, and look at the run by big, strong, powerful Eric Moulton. Wow. Takes 3 of them to bring it down.
Eric Moulton, 18 carries for 86 yards tonight. Those stats unofficial, but courtesy of Mike Quitten and Larry Hembry. Eric with a fine, fine rushing night. Here's Homewood at the 12, maybe the 13. Quitten on the give.
Oh, no, fumble.
Let's see if he got
it. Vestavia's Deason got it.
A fumble looked like on the handoff. The give to Moulton. Moulton just hit the line so quickly.
Let's re-see it again.
Let's look at it
Big
again.
penetration by the Vestavia man. Well, I couldn't tell. Deason got the ball. I couldn't tell who penetrated for them. It may have been that big Sinclair kid.
Sudden change now. Vestavia with the ball on the 13, and they'll want to eat some clock. The clock shows 2:13, 2:12, 2:11 now. So time a key factor in this football game. Vestavia will take all the time that it can in huddles and on the lines. Homewood, I believe, has all 3 timeouts remaining in this half.
They're going to take the delay here. No, he's taking it to the limit.
Lovett is the quarterback. He just wants to run. He runs around the left end. He gets out maybe to the 20-yard line.
Timeout Homewood.
Now Homewood calls a timeout, and the clock will stop with 1:47.
Senior Henry Walburn made the tackle, and as soon as he did, he bounced right back up and was signaling timeout. He knew what to do.
Okay, the clock stops with 1:47, but give them about 7 yards on that carry. So one of the key things will be to keep them from getting a first down.
Yeah, let's see if we can see the fumble again. I think they can replay it one more time, Barry. Watch the penetration. Yeah, I think there was a man hitting our guys right when the quarterback, fullback were trying to exchange.
Right.
And just that's what caused it, and Deason was there to fall on it.
Deason was all over the ball. In fact, I was hoping Michael Whitten didn't have his arm hurt. He got it pinched down under Deason as he was trying to go for it.
Wow, tough break. That was a tough break because we were really going in for the winning score right there. Well, it's 1:47 left. The game's not over yet. Maybe they can fumble it back to us.
All right, Homewood has 2 timeouts remaining now. Clock shows 1:47. It will run at the snap. Quarterback is Lovett. Lovett probably the more sure ball handler. The give, he keeps on his own, I guess. He's out to the left and maybe a little bit of gain, but not much. Maybe half a yard.
Timeout Homewood again.
Homewood now taking its 2nd timeout. Remind folks about the game this coming Friday night would be against Pell City.
In Pell City.
In Pell City as we make the trip to Pell City. And I believe this coming Thursday night, the Homewood freshmen play John Carroll here at Waldrop Stadium.
Barry, Pell City is a strong. I think last year they were 10-2 or something like that, and they're every bit as strong this year and loaded again. And even though we're finally getting into 5A, I don't think it's going to get any easier. Pell City is every bit as good as anybody we've played so far.
Well, and it'll be a tough game because of the away game being away. Anytime it's an away game, it's tough.
Yeah, but Pell City would be tough in Alaska.
It'd be tough here. All right, 1:39. Homewood says they're ready. Defense back on the field. Here's Vestavia. Now the referee starts the timing, I guess is the timing clock on the time in the huddle, but the scoreboard clock now starts. Lovett gave up the middle, and that's good enough for the first down, and that's a nail in the coffin.
Yeah, that should be the ball game unless they make
stop the clock for the movement of the chains. But that penetration is enough for the first down for Vestavia. And as soon as the chains are set, the clock will run again. Curtis Starks is calling for some help. He's coming out of the game. Looks like something happened to his left arm, and he's limping out. Pope in to replace him.
Vestavia looks like they're going to stay in the huddle all the way up. The clock started at 1:35, so around the 1:10 mark, they're going 1:09. They're going to blow the whistle and delay a game. But Vestavia's happy to get it. Well, there's 108, 107, 106, 105.
Now they blow the whistle now. Vestavia will take a delay of game. 5-yard penalty moves them back to the 25. So look at they replay the down.
Yeah, the down doesn't count. It's a dead ball.
So delay first and 15.
Your back judge threw that flag, and that's all he's looking for is the delay of game. He looked for it 5 seconds after I did, but he still got it.
105 as the clock stops. We appreciate the help tonight of John Poole, working as a spotter here in the booth with us, and certainly appreciate the help of Larry Hembry, our sideline statistician. Mike Whitten is the statistician in the booth, and along with Larry Wygand, this is Barry Copeland. It's been our pleasure to bring this game to you. Thanks, too, by the way, to the student assistants who work on this broadcast crew every Friday night, whether at home or away, and they are tonight Shane Williamson, Chris Kemp, and Doug Menderhout. Some of them working in the production truck, some of them on cameras, but we appreciate their help as well.
Timeout Vestavia, Barry.
Now Vestavia stops.
The clock was already stopped by the delay of game, so they just want to talk things over because the clock wasn't going to start back. It was they're not losing anything off the clock.
There was no advantage to them taking the snap.
Coach wanted to tell the quarterback probably to just hit a knee.
Right. With 1:05 and they're looking at 1st and 15, they've got this one wrapped up, you would think.
That's right. All they got to do is hit their knee about 3 times and the ball game will be over.
Well, it was a tough ball game, a hard-fought ball game. I think the story probably defense, Larry. The stats will show that several of the guys had good rushing yardage, but the number of first downs in that second quarter just amazed me. Homewood with, I think, 1 first down, and Vestavia with none. It was a strong back-and-forth defensive battle, the kind you expected when we came in tonight.
There's a good picture of Melissa Boren and the rest of the cheerleaders. They did a terrific job tonight, as they do on all nights. Barry, one thing I want to say about our Homewood Patriot squad, late in the game, they're backed up to the 20-yard line by a great punt by their player and a clip, and they drive the length of the field. When the chips are down, they get class act, back to live action.
Lovett will simply down the ball in his own backfield. Now Homewood, I believe, has 1 timeout remaining, and they spend it. Yeah. So the clock stops with 56, and Homewood now has no timeouts remaining. Vestavia on that loss will look at 2nd and about 20. We'll try to get you some final stats before we go off the air with this broadcast tonight, as you watch the Color Guard and the Star Spangled Girls to the tune of Hey Baby.
Barry, we had a great crowd here tonight, and we had a great crowd here last night. The middle school and freshman squads, they filled this place up, filled the parking lot up, and I've been coming to middle school ball games for 9 straight years, and that's the first time I ever saw the parking lot filled up. There's a good picture of some of our students.
You know, last night was in addition to the freshman game for the high school, were 7th and 8th grade games for Homewood Middle School, and it was homecoming for the middle school, and they did have quite a crowd here. It was a fun night, another nice night for football, as this one has been. And despite the score, we hope you've enjoyed watching it with us. Here's some stats, Larry, while we wait. They're about to get started again. We'll have an occasion to give you these in just a second. Let's see this play. We would expect Lovett to simply drop back and touch a knee. And he does. He's down some stats. These, again, are unofficial, but I think that they are about as accurate as we're going to get on this night. For Homewood, 33 rushing attempts for 130 yards. Vestavia, 31 rushing attempts for 99 yards. So Homewood with more rushing yardage than the Rebels. In the passing category, Michael Whitten, 3 for 11 for 16 yards. In Vestavia now used 2 quarterbacks, Lovett and Anderson. They threw 7 completions out of 13 attempts for 122, and that's the story of the game, I suspect. Their strong passing performance tonight. Lovett, as you see, will simply drop back and down it again with 17, 16 seconds, 15 seconds. That should be enough to run it out. Total yardage then for Homewood tonight, 146 for Vestavia, 221. 11 penalties for Vestavia for a total of 65 yards against the Rebels. But that no matter, they come away the winner as the clock counts down to 0. We'll be with you next week for the rebroadcast of the Pell City versus Homewood game as the Patriots take it on the road up I-20 to Pell City. And we hope if you can't join us at the stadium, you'll join us here on the cable channel for the rebroadcast of that Homewood versus Pell City game. Thanks for joining us. It's been our pleasure to bring this game to you. For Larry Wygand, I'm Barry Copeland saying good night, everybody.